Welcome to Trading Lounge, and starting with Apple, and all the stocks appear to be sort of bullish and pretty much doing the same thing. So we can expect Apple here to continue to push up. We'll be leaving the 175, so from 170 to 180. The trading levels are 1, 2, and 3 for Group 1. 5 the midpoint, and then Group 2. So 176.50 we'll see the resistance at that point. Eventually the market will climb on top of Group 1 and find support in there and then move up from that point. Now normally we could look for this market to push up to the 180, which is the next level. Now I call 8 a profit-taking number, and you'll see why when we get there. The only thing that I don't understand is should I have wave 4 here or wave 4 here? That is the low, but this is where the main volume traffic was at that particular point. So there's two ways to look at that, and what that does, that gives me an extra little move to the upside. So we'll probably see something like this here, but what I'll do is I'll just take it step by step as we go up, and I'll be able to figure it out as we go. Hopefully what may happen, maybe this wave 3 here, this wave 4 to wave 5 here, can extend out and actually find some sort of support in here, and we have a more of a sideways correction through Group 2. If that's the case, then we will hit 180 for sure. But I always look at the hope for the best and plan for the worst. So we'll just leave it like that at the moment. Wave 4 can pull back to the wave 4 1 lesser degree. We talked about being long at this point here. I'll just leave that with you at that point. No biggie. It's just sort of a short-term thing. So that's Apple. And Amazon, we are pushing up with, we're in a nice trend with Amazon here, and we'll end up eventually up at the 130 here. So that's the top of minor Group 1, and in that case we're still just looking for a push up here for wave 5 of 1, and then we'll see some type of ABC correction. Worst case scenario, finding support on top of this little Group 2. So this is Group 1 and Group 2 here of the 120. So the minor levels are 1, 10, 20, and 30, 1, 2, 3, and these are sub-levels between each of those minor levels, and Group 1 and Group 2 normally hold the key for the size of the correction at that point, and then we should move up. It's not quite in a straight, well, sometimes it does do a straight line, but normally it's like a drunk man walking home. So that's that. We'll focus on that wave 2 a little bit. We'll focus on this wave 2 a little bit tomorrow, so we'll try to capture that move into there. NVIDIA, as I mentioned, this is a daily chart, as I mentioned yesterday, we'll see a classic trading levels pattern across that 400, a bit like that. There are variations of that, but the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then the correction, then further to the upside. So in this case, let's just go to, not sure what I've updated and what I haven't here. I'll just have a look. Okay, so this is the medium level, the number 4 here, and Group 1 above and Group 2. So that will be the swing range for this correction that we're about to see, and we should see this push up here in 5 waves here, and then we'll see a larger correction here before seeing further upside there. So let's just drill into that a little bit further. It's just, I've got this a slightly different count, but same story. I just want to get a bit closer to this actually. So I'm just going to go to 100 ticks. I just want to check on things. Okay, this one's got the blue wave 4. So yeah, everything was going according to plan. I mean, we're down here somewhere yesterday. I've got it going way up to 430 there. That may not be the case. It's normally anywhere at 10, 20 or 30 in that space here. Now, then we'll get our correction. So normally we would always get 5 waves in this length here. And if I've made a mistake, then the mistake always comes that we end up with a classic trading levels pattern on top of group 1, and then we'll continue up from that point. So I always know where I'm going to make the mistake and what I will do about it. What I don't know is I can never give you a clean target of where we're going to end at one of these three numbers. All I can do is count the structure to the upside here in 5 waves. So we'll take a closer look at that tomorrow. But yeah, we've got a nice A wave, a B wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could probably look at that as 1, 2, 3, 4. I could probably look at that as 1 and 2 actually, and I'll just make a note of that. I'll just put little wave 1 there just to maybe go back and check that on a smaller time frame there. Now I won't go in there now because I need to pull this apart too to find out a bit more. But generally speaking, we're not going anywhere for a while. The trade that we're looking for will be this wave 4 here. Of course, you can be long here at the moment, but it'll be a bit of a rickety road getting through all of this, and don't expect too much out of it. Be happy with whatever you can grab. Meta platforms here. This is the daily chart. Just looking at pushing up really from here. We've got 4, got 1, 2. And then 1 and 2, and going up into the 3rd wave here, which should be longer than wave 1 here, and then 4, 5. So we'll be up here for 3, 4, and 5 up here. So that's where we are with this market. We'll go in and have a closer look. We're on 20k here. Let's just go to 100 and just check. Maybe I've updated it. Maybe I haven't. Let's bring in some more data for this. Okay, so here we go. So we've got that 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here. Then we've been counting up as 1 and 2, 3, 4 here. So we're going up for 5. Now we'll probably hit 265 in here somewhere, and then come back for a test here onto this number. So it looks like we can go 1 and 2 here. It'll be 3, 4, 5 up here, then a pull back. So just be a bit mindful about that. So probably a move just into group 2 here. It'll try to get in, but it should fail to get in and come back and sit here and then move off at that point. So if you want to improve things a little bit, that's how we can do that. And Netflix. So with Netflix here, we've got a few positions down yonder here. We're looking at wave 2 here, going up to wave 3 here, and we have wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to be pushing up here. Now we may not make it up here, so all the way. So because wave 3 is normally the longest, and if wave 3 has the extension in it, then we can look at the length of wave 1 here, which is pretty small, to be part of that. So we may only get here somewhere, may only get to 390. So if you wanted to take profit, anywhere above this top here would be fine. Or if you want to take a percentage. But this wave 4, once you get to this wave 3 here, this wave 4 can pull back to this wave 4. So that's the I think I can't remember what I said yesterday, but I pretty much always say the same thing, so I don't have to bother remembering too much, So if it gets above the 390, if it touches on the 4 here, then we'll stay within group 2. If it only goes to 390 here, then it's likely we'll come back to this wave 4 here. So there's 2 things that can happen here. It'll be kind of like that if it just goes to the 390. So yeah, Just depends on what you want to do, you know. And wave 5, when it comes up here, will come into 10, 20 and 30 in here somewhere, and then we'll see a larger correction at that point. So really, we'll see a classic trading levels pattern here. So this will be the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, then ABC correction, and then we'll go up from that point. So yeah, you know, I mean, you'll save yourself a lot of grief taking, you know, at least 60% off here, you know. I'll do my best to get you back in so we can take that next run to the upside. I'm just going to remove these because they just get all squashed up when I close the program. So we'll sit that at the 90 here for that. In fact, we'll put it under the 90. That's Netflix and Alphabet. So it's pretty straightforward here with Alphabet. We've got a move up, a move back, and then a move up. And that will be a classic trading levels pattern here, the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, an ABC pattern here, and then further up here again at that point. This is important because once we get support on top of group 1 here, the 130, so major level 1, 1, 2, 3, minor group 1, getting support here, that will push us up to the next level at 50 here. That's when we leave. And the point of getting tested support on top of 30, number 3, it severs any pull from this point back to this number here. So that will take us up to here and up to here, and then that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to there. That will be 5. So we can look at, yeah, we're in a bullish market. We'll be taking this top out. We'll be going much higher at this point. Now we do have some trades in here from memory, so I'll just find out where they are so we can have a look. This is 1000 ticks, so we're looking at wave 3 and 4 coming up to the 130 area there. So that's all. I've also got the bearish count in here, but I don't think we need to concern ourselves with that now. And 100, let's just go to 100, bring in a bit more data. Yeah, we've got these little dudes down here. We're giving the stop a wide berth. In fact, we're not even really using one, which is okay too, as long as you know, risk is only something that you don't understand. If you don't understand it, that's the risk. So I'm pretty happy in terms of this trend continuing, but I know that it's going to stall across this level here. So 133 with group 1, and then we can come back into these tops here. So that will, I know the swing range in here, so, and it will be laborious and it'll take time and all of those sorts of things. So we're going to take some money off the table at 130. And then once this wave 4 here is matured, whatever you took off here, you can put back in, so we can make a little bit and all good. Microsoft, we're on 1000 ticks here, and we've got wave 3, 4 here. We're going up for 5 of 3 and then 4. And at the moment, between here, we've got 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here for the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th up here. So we will end up at 350, but we're at 300 here. We also have group 1, 1, 2, and 3 again here. We don't have support on top of number 3 here. So that's where all the fluff is going to happen here. So we've got basically 1, 2 here. Or let's check that out, bring that in. That seems a bit close in there, but it's about right. So it'll be something like this. Maybe another little tad up there, but it'll be something like this. It's going to be a bit of a struggle to get this one going up here, actually, because of that. I mean, this wave 4 can pull back to this wave 4, but once they normally trade above the 3 here, they'll stay above the 2 at that point. They can spike down to 1.5, in this case, 15. That's kind of the extreme. And if this ever became the resistance here, this number 2 within group 1, if that became the resistance, then I know the trend would be over at that point. So that's my metric on that. And otherwise, yeah, if you're in this, just hold on till you get up to this point here, but it will be a little bit rough going in here. And Tesla, so it's all pretty straightforward at this point. We've from this wave 2 here, we've counted up as wave 1 and 2 here, and then 3 here, and then 4 here, and then we're going up for wave 5 here. In 5, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got another push to the upside. We don't have any trades in this at the moment, and we will once we get this this ABC correction that will probably come in here somewhere. I mean, it can pull down to the 50-60% and then push up here. So this is what we'll be looking for here. This should be a 5-3-5 pattern at that point, and then we'll just push up from that point. Now, I also need to say too that that these are the stocks that I'm going to cover from now on. I'm shortening the stocks video because I need to create more time for myself. I'm trying to work out how I can create more time for myself to do actual stock trades in the new stock trade portfolio and for the US and for Australia. And I'll also need to help Kittypon with the crypto trades as well. The three of us will be working together to put trades out, and we'll be checking each other's work. I'll be checking, working with Alessio on the stocks and doing my own stock stuff, and also checking and working with Kittypon on his trades as well. Because I've got a good, they're very good at Elliott, those young bloods. But in terms of placing entries and stops, I think I have a little bit more age on them for that. So I will be involved in that a lot. So I need to create the time. So I need to make this video, you know, a smaller size so I can get through the work. As far as the new website is coming along, we're in the final stages of the stock portfolio. So I'll be doing all the tweaking on that over this week, and they've started on the crypto portfolio. The website's just about done. In about 10 days, we'll start transferring folks across and just get things sort of set up a little bit. And now, for me, life and work is always, you know, a work in progress. So I'm not the type of person to, you know, to make it all nice and shiny and sparkly and then launch it in a big way. The main point is that we can put the charts up, we can put the videos up, and we can do the stock trades. So a lot of other little things won't be sort of happening, and I'll just work on those as we go. Because I'll continue to build on the stock portfolio. I want to make that a lot better than it is. I'm very happy with it at the moment. You'll be able to have just, you'll be able to use margin. So you'll be able to work out your own leverage and work that, because some folks in Europe and Asia, we use CFDs, where in the US you use margin. So we've just called it margin, but you can adjust that margin to suit yourself. You'll be able, there'll be short trades, there'll be long trades, all of those sorts of things. Okay, so I'll leave it at that for today. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.